Good evening. It's 5:32 on Thursday, August 11th, 2022. And I would like to call our Human Relations Commission's meeting to order. Tom, may we have a roll call, please?
Stacy Burnett,
Here.
Julie Robinson Schaefer,
Here.
Peter Resnick,
Here.
here.
All right, looks like we have a quorum. So I would like to move on to approval of the agenda. Is there anyone who would like to make a motion to approve?
I move to approve the agenda.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Julie, a second by Pete. Any revisions? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Thank you. Moving on to approval of our July 13 minutes. Is there a motion?
I'll move to approve the minutes.
Second.
All right, we have a motion by Pete, second by Greg. Any revisions, adjustments? All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. All right. Moving to public participation on the agenda. Looks like we have one.
Would you care to publicly participate?
I have no need to public opinion.
Okay.
Just here for support if there's questions about the things that's important to me.
All right. Well, welcome.
I'm here because Carla said maybe you should go.
All right, well, welcome. All right, moving on to our unfinished business, which there is none. We're going to move to new business, which is our EEO workforce statistics. And looks like we have 10 that are up for recommendation, which is Blager Concrete, Brycer, Javelina Construction, Michael Scott, NPOP Inc., Rush Trucking, S&S Construction, Springfield Electric, Varsity Stripping, or I should say Varsity Striping and Construction, and W.S. Darley and Company.
Can I ask a small favor? And I've done this in the past. Michael Scott and Associates, I actually know Mike Scott. He was a neighbor of mine, and he actually works for me. So if Mike is to be approved or not, if someone would make a motion separately for that so I can recuse myself and then go ahead and, make a further motion on the rest.
All right, will do.
So are you suggesting we make a motion for everything except that?
Either way you want to go, we can make a
Okay.
motion up front for everything else, or someone, if you want to make a motion for just that and then move on to the rest, that's fine too.
Okay. Well, I will make a motion for everything but, and then we can have discussion after. And I welcome any friendly amendments. So my motion is Blager Concrete for 2 years, Brycer for 2 years, Javelina, I guess 1 year, but I couldn't determine if they were union. NPOP 2 years, Rush 2 years, SNC 2 years, Springfield Electric 1 year with a letter, Varsity Striping 2 years, and WS Darley 1 year.
Who did you have at SNC? All right, do we have a motion?
I'll certainly second for purposes of discussion.
Okay.
And I certainly have some questions, because I wasn't sure, because Springfield Electric, I was pretty sure we had a previous term with them and wasn't sure what we were doing. And then Javelina, I had, like I said, it was a question mark, 1 year, but are they really union-based, which makes it more challenging, because there was something in their packet, and I'm sorry, my paper's at home, so. But something in their packet that led me to believe they were union, or working with unions, which restricted their ability to,
For Javelina?
yes.
Yeah, it was union.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, that doesn't discount the need for diversity, but I know it's more of a challenge.
And Carla had given me some background on a couple of them. So for, just so that you know, for Rush Trucking, they were seeking approval due to meeting the 30,000 threshold for contract amount due to increased workload. The city has been relying on their services more due to shortages and availability. And then for Brycer, they are a sole provider for the fire department inspection and testing, code compliance, so.
Yeah, I
So
saw
keep
the sole
those in-
source paperwork and had immediate pity.
So, for Rush, I read through the information they sent in addition. They're a new one, so I'm not inclined to hold it up.
Okay.
But I do have a feeling like the numbers, they are located in,
Were they
was-
Fishers? No.
they're in
Champaign,
Champaign.
okay.
And let me just get back to the spreadsheet. The numbers were really not so great. They're not a huge company, but basically what they're asking for is, look, we're making good faith efforts. Given that it's a new one, my inclination is to go with 1 year with the letter so that in a year we can follow up with them and say, have you made progress?
Okay.
You know, I feel pretty much the same way about that I do about Springfield Electric. Springfield Electric's a renewal, and, you know, if anything, I might be inclined with Springfield to say, hey, you know, you've had some turnover, and their numbers show that they've had turnover since the last time. What's going wrong with your hiring, and why aren't you getting more? So with Springfield, I'd almost be inclined to ask for more information. Whereas with Rush, I'd like to at least say to them, we're glad you're undertaking to, you know, diversify. Let's just next year take a look at how that's going and see if we can recommend things to improve things. Springfield, it doesn't look like they've improved at all.
Okay.
So I don't know what I want to, you know, make as a friendly amendment with regard to Springfield. I don't know if anyone else is inclined to ask them for more information before we approve. I don't know. Tom, do you know, is Springfield expiring real soon now, or?
I believe they may have been on our list for a September change, and so that's why they tried to get on the August calendar.
Because one thing we could do is extend them for 6 months. We have that option, and then say, hey, we understand the contract's up, but we'd like to at least hear why it's been so much trouble to hire a more diverse population.
I would be in favor of the 6-month extension, asking for more information.
I just want to clarify one thing, though, because I'm trying to remember, and again, I apologize, I do not have all the packets. One of them had memos going out to employees to try and recruit more diverse. Was that,
It was not
it
Springfield.
was not Springfield? Thank you. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't misremembering, so, okay. I am in favor of the 6-month extension friendly amendment as well.
Okay, so I'll formally make a friendly amendment to change Rush to 1 year and to change Springfield Electric to 6 months.
Okay, so I will redo so that we can get it correctly. Blager, 2 years. Brycer, 2 years. Javelina, 1 year. NPOP, 2 years. Rush Truck, 1 year with the letter, right?
All of the 1 year or 6 months have a letter.
Okay, great. SNC Construction, 2 years. Springfield Electric, 6-month extension with, we want more information. Varsity Striping, 2 years. WS Darley and Company, 1 year.
Right, do you have a,
As the seconder, I'm in favor of all of those friendly amendments.
all right, we make a motion to approve Blager for 2, Brycer for 2, Javelina for 1, NPOP for 2, Rushwood for 1, SNC Construction for 2, Springfield Electric for 6 months, Varsity Striping and Construction 2, and WS Darley for 2, and the ones with 1 are with letter. I'm sorry, WS Darley for 1 year. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Any opposed? All right, that motion carries. Now, in regard to Michael Scott and Associates.
So I actually don't have a motion to make, maybe I need to make a motion. I make a motion that I need more information because policies were missing. There were no affirmative action or non-discrimination or harassment policies included in the packet.
Right. According to the notes, there weren't any EEO policies, sexual harassment policies submitted. It's a small operation. Carla, or someone believed that they didn't know that they were to send this information in, and so there is some follow-up to help with the policies.
Yes, I would like more information before we, I guess I don't know what my motion is, but I would like more information before we make a decision.
I think you can move to table that until the information's.
Okay, I move to table and get more information. Thank you, Tom. Appreciate that.
Move to table.
And I don't think you need a vote for that.
Okay, all right.
Okay, good.
Okay.
If there's a, if we find something new, we can share it right away, and if we find out there's a deadline that's approaching, we can share that. One of the things we've been hearing is that if they are doing business, the contractors' contact with the city will let us know right away what they need so that we can keep everybody up to date here.
Okay, and then there was also a follow-up with Champagne Asphalt, the parenting company. So there are currently 5 subsidiaries that are individually bidding on projects, and it's Ilana Construction, Champagne Signal and Lighting, which we had approved last month for 1 year. Open Road Paving, which was previously owned by 2 separate entities. Champagne ended up buying out the other owner. Open Road Asphalt and Nationwide Surfacing and Stone Solutions. And so apparently the 5 companies fall under the same management team involved in all of the hiring and has access to the entire workforce. At the time of the partner buyout, all of the divisions were under the parent company, and the fact that any of the employees could potentially work for all 5 divisions based on workload, Champagne Asphalt began transitioning the division workforce diversity numbers to company-wide numbers. So the previous EEO certification applications submitted division numbers, and the HRC will continue to see some inconsistencies until all 5 companies have gone through the EEO renewal process utilizing parent company numbers. Carla told me yesterday that she spoke with Champagne Asphalt's representative, Meredith Miller, and to get some clarification on their EO numbers, and she had asked that the 5 divisions under Champagne Asphalt umbrella could have the same expiration date for renewal. And so upon Carla's return, she'll look into see what the current expiration dates are for the other subsidiaries and see what we can do.
Well, and I'll just say, I mean, we do the 1 year, 2 year just for the convenience of city contracting, so they don't have to keep coming back to us. If they want to get together numbers early and bring them to us and say, okay, here's our baseline numbers, if Carla can ask them to do that, we can get an approval going, just sort of renew them early, and that way we'll have some new numbers to look at so that next time we'll be all straightened out.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Okay, and so that, did anyone else have any comments or anything? Okay. Okay, moving on to the next item on the agenda, which is the officer's report. Carla was so kind to present me with that. Currently with the HRE activity report, there are no closed cases. There were 4 informal complaints last month. One was having difficulty applying for work due to computer applications. I guess there was a lack of skills, computer skills, and they were referred to the Urbana Free Library and the Regional Planning Commission for Workforce Investment and Opportunities Program Assistance. The second informal was for, someone was seeking assistance for city help to pay or find housing, and they were referred to the Cunningham Township and the Housing Authority of Champaign County. Third informal was a call about workplace bullying and threats. The caller never responded to attempts to connect. And the last one was an email received by an area business with HIPAA concerns, and senior management is addressing the issues. I don't know if you have anything, Tom, to elaborate on any of that? Okay, all right, okay, all right. For formal complaints, there are 3 open cases, 2 with the housing, criminal record, and disability accommodations, and then for an employment case with retaliation. And all are in the response stage at the moment, and there is continuance to request and receive documents for the previously reported SOI case. Community activities, Carla had participated in the ICMA Equity Summit. This was held on July 28th and 29th. It was a 2-day virtual event. The ICMA is an international city and county management association. It looks like after I had perused the website, there were 40 speakers to discuss topics related to racism, diversity, and promoting equity and inclusion through leadership. Their mission is to advance professional local government through leadership, management, innovations, and ethics. For more information, you can go to icma.org. Carla said that she had reached out to a couple of the presenters and so that she could have some expansion on the conversations of their topics that were held during this summit. She also attended the Champaign County Community Coalition meeting on July 13th. This was facilitated by Tracy Parsons and several speakers. And just so that everyone knows what that is, the Champaign Police Department is an active partner of the Champaign County Community Coalition. It's a system of care network that includes local government, law enforcement, juvenile justice, behavioral health, education, child welfare, service providers, and citizens. This network is designed to identify and address critical issues in our community and are regularly attended by the Chief of Police and multiple members of the Champaign Police Department in order to actively engage with community partners while providing updates of police department activities. The department also provides project support on various coalition subcommittees, Walk as One events, and the CU Fresh Start Gun Deterrence Initiative. Citizens and agencies throughout Champaign County are encouraged to attend the monthly Community Coalition meetings by visiting the Champaign County Community Coalition website for more information. All right, and that concludes the activity report. Our next item on the agenda is the announcements. Anyone have any announcements to make? Nope. All right, well, that leads us to 9, which is meeting as adjourned. Thank you so much for joining.